All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. We don't wrestle with flesh or blood, okay? We wrestle with spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, so-called Illuminati, Freemasonry, elite devils, okay, on the left-hand side. That's what this is about, okay, if you want to know. They took it and hid it underneath the guise of a secret society, but it's just Satanism, basically. Okay, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand in that evil day, having done all things to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about you with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet show with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taketh the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of power. So that's what this is about, okay? We don't wrestle with flesh and blood. We wrestle with spiritual wickedness in high places. Let's turn to the book of Corinthians. The book of Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination and every high and thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of power, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Okay, that's what this is about. That's what this is about. Okay, come over here to the book of, while we over here, let's go to the book of book of 11. Okay, one moment. everybody. One moment here. Let me find the scripture. Okay, Second Corinthians. Okay, Second Corinthians 11, verse 14. We'll start at 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostle of Christ. And make no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So that's what this is. That's what this is about. Okay. Join IUIC. Okay. GOCC. All these different Israelite camps. Okay. Join ISUPK. All these different Israelite groups and camps. Stay a stay a Christian. Okay. Don't come into and so forth. Yeah, okay, so one moment. Okay, so come over here to the book of Isaiah. First, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee that thou faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen your brothers, your brethren. Okay, so come back over here. The book of Second Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of his devices, okay? His MOTBs, his charagmas. Second Corinthians chapter 4, we start off at verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world, that Satan, has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of this glorious gospel of Christ, who is in the image of power, should shine unto them. Okay, so that's what this is about. Okay, lest the light of this glorious gospel. That's what this is about. Okay, so turning over here, turning over here to the book of Revelations. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, we'll start at verse 9. Actually, we could start at verse 7. Let's go to verse 7. Revelations 12, verse 7. And remember, there's a spiritual demon, Satan, and there's a physical counterpart of Satan, which is a so called white man, okay, the Edomites. They're the spiritual counterpart of Satan that's on earth. Verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragons against fought against his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And that great dragon was casted out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, to the earth, and his angels were casted out with him. Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven now is come the salvation of strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brother cast down, with accuses them before the power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and unto the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a little time, a short time. That's it. So the so-called white man's time. So he's going to throw everything at the kitchen sink at you to make you take this charagma. Okay, so his time is short. That's what this is about. Okay, so one moment. Okay, this is, give me a second here. Isaiah 25, verse 1. Then we'll jump down to 7. O Yahweh, thou art my power. I will exalt thee, and I will praise thy name. For thou hast done counsels of old are faithful and true. For thou hast made a city a heap, of a defenseless city a ruin, a palace of strangers to be no city. It shall never be built. And when he destroys basically the so called white man, verse 7, he will destroy in this the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Will swallow up death and victory, and Yahweh power will wipe away tears from all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for Yahweh has spoken it. Verse 9, and it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power, we have waited for him, and he have saved us. This is Yahweh, we have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Verse 28, verse 29, Isaiah. This also cometh from the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which is wonderful in counsel and excellent in working. And on that note, all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.